All my friends are investing in cryptocurrency, should I? Is what we're talking about today in the eCentral Business Show. I'm John Nayler, joined by our resident expert, financial planner, Helen Baker. Now, investing, speculating, which is it, Helen? I think you've got a firm opinion.
I think the cryptocurrency might fall under speculating.
Yeah. Now, is this advice? We should definitely do the disclaimer.
Yeah, definitely a disclaimer on this one. Disclaimer. So just general chit-chat. Check the ends with all the credits and the music we used at the end. Yeah.
That's the music?
No, that's...
Maybe we could look into it. Anyway, look, let's get back to the subject at hand, because it is fairly serious. Seeing a lot of people... I was off at a weekend thing recently, and the older lady said, "Oh, my son, he's putting all his money into crypto." I'm going, I don't know whether that's such a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea for any kind of investment to be throwing everything all in one basket, in my opinion anyway. Diversification is good. But I think the difference is understanding the difference between speculating and investing. So
go ahead and educate us.
Yeah. So speculating is really trying to guess what's going to happen next and try and get something from it. If you look at investing, what you're looking for is an income stream that's going to provide for you. So if you look at people, we're working, we invest ourselves in order to get paid an income. If we were investing in super, we're investing in some investments to provide us for our retirement income. When we're investing in something like this, it's more of, it's not actually generating an income. So it's what I call a one-dimensional investment. So it's a bit like gold. It's also one-dimensional. You're waiting on the capital return to come from it. So if you look at the Bitcoin as an example, there's other cryptocurrencies, but everyone's familiar with Bitcoin. So it kind of sat, and then it went crazy. Lots of media coverage, so FOMO kicked in. Fear of missing out, all these people came in, and then it dropped significantly. So it sort of moved 20 times its original amount, and then it fell about back to where it was down here. So it's a bit higher than it initially started for a long period of time, but it's certainly fallen. So essentially that happened in 6-month window. So if you're investing on the basis of, or speculating that that's going to happen to get this return, you needed to be in and out in that period of time. Yeah,
you need to pick the market type thing.
Yeah.
Well, in that same way then, do we call it a question like speculating in the stock market? Is it not identical?
Right. So if you look at and a lot of people will speculate on the stock market as well. But if you go back to the true meaning of investing, you're looking for an income stream. If you're buying in and out, you're making a capital changeover. What you're looking for is hanging on to those investments because you're actually investing in a company. So a company generates profit and shares that profit with its shareholders, which gives an income. So you get a dividend repayment, just like you would do in your business. You get a dividend income. So it's providing an income stream whilst you hold that investment. So that's the difference. The other thing about the stock market is it has an ability to sell it. It gives you a chance to sell. So in these kind of cryptocurrency world is like, who are you going to sell it to when you want to get out? So it's like diamonds or anything like that, you know, who are you going to sell it to when you want to sell it?
So there's actually quite a lot of things fall into that. One of our earlier videos in this session was talking about wine collections and stuff like that, or exotic cars. I've got a friend who's done very well on exotic cars, but he's incredibly knowledgeable on the subject and has made some good choices.
Yeah. So there's a guy called Peter Thornhill who has a nice phrase that says, you know, the greater fool than thou when buying some of those kind of things is, you know, around the cars and those kind of things that are going to pay you more money than you paid for it. Can you find that person? So But by having said that, you know, cryptocurrency, it's been around for a while and there's a lot of them. And Bitcoin has had the most publicity, but it's probably something that will happen over time given technology. It's just about, you know, whether it's sophisticated enough, it has the reach, you know, it's looking at putting all of those pieces together. To give 60 Minutes actually did a very, very good show, I thought, on it. So if anybody's interested, I thought that they put something together very well on explaining about it.
Yeah, because I mean, ultimately, and being as an IT guy by career, and I understand the underlying technology.
Right.
And actually, the most significant story I heard amongst this was about international transfers, with the misgivings around the anonymous crowd and the criminality type element. No, there was a guy who said, well, I'm from Venezuela. How do I send money back to my family?
Right.
Without the corruption in the banking system, putting my family's life at risk because they've got a bank balance? I go, You're kidding me.
Yeah.
He says, no, well, if bank teller tells, someone else, they get kidnapped, ransom because they got a bank balance. He says it's real. It's a real concern.
Absolutely.
But if I use crypto to transact or transfer, then it stays in the ether. I'm going, that's actually incredibly valid.
Yeah. So I think that's where it's probably at its fairly embryonic stage in some ways, but like anything, these things move. Look at the internet. Everybody thought that was crazy back in the day, and
no, I didn't.
Mobile phones, when we used to walk around with the big brick, and then now we all
not me. Oh, hey, making videos. Been doing that for 10 years as well, Helen.
Yeah.
So,
they still go.
All right.
Yeah.
My vote's still out on crypto, quite honestly.
Yeah, I think, you've got to be wise. I think it goes back to what you're saying. Do I put all my money in there? Obviously from a investment perspective, generally, putting all your eggs in one basket is probably not great. We could sit back in hindsight and someone could have done really, really well out of it, and, it can be good. But I think you've got to look at what are you doing with your other investments to make sure, because the big concern too is if people see that as an investment and that goes bad for them, will they then be reluctant to invest in anything else going forward?
I had my one tell, Helen. I had my one tell.
There you go.
Yeah, still getting over it every day. And of course, and the thing about stock market and those sorts of speculatory things, there is unquestionably that brain chemistry thing that we want to have a go.
Yeah.
We want that little hit.
Yeah.
Bit of dopamine.
It's the FOMO, fear of missing out.
Well, anyway, look, crypto is obviously, there's some conversation to be had about that if people want to do it, and even how they balance it out and against that risk and the rest of it. That's a really good conversation to have with a financial planner.
I think so. It's just a part of how you invest any money, is seeking advice about making some wise choices, being informed, understanding how you get in and out of something is really important, I think.
Okay. Helen, how do people get hold of you?
We are at onyourown2feet.com.au.
Okay, fabulous. Thank you very much, Helen Baker, the resident expert financial planner at the eCentral Business Show. We'll see you next time. So, just a general chat with Helen Baker, our resident expert financial planner at the eCentral Business Show. Helen, now, where does this passion come from about financial planning? We've just shot your first series. You've talked about you like it.
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
I didn't know to start with. So my background was originally more as a fixer. So I used to go into businesses and fix things and make things happen. So I think the combination of the finance background, the project management, the fixer, and dealing with people, 1, 2, 3, and here I am. Okay,
fabulous. Now we're going to put a disclaimer up around us at the moment, so it's probably down here somewhere. But it's really important that people understand that whatever we do in these episodes is not specific advice, yeah?
No, so specific advice must be tailored to their personal circumstances. So we'll just be talking generally about bits and things, and if that interests them and sparks them, they can seek specific advice from there.
Okay, so now how do people get their Helen Baker though? So there's a book and there's a website to make contact, yeah?
Yeah, so there's the website, there is the book that you can buy. I'm on LinkedIn. You find me wandering around Brisbane.
Okay.
Leave me alone if I'm at the groceries. No. So yeah, just onyourown2feet.com.au is the hub of where you'll find everything you need to know,
and
really.
That's the book title as well, isn't it?
It is. What does that mean? It's all consistent.
Okay, fabulous. All right, so that's a couple of great ways to get your Helen Baker, the resident expert financial planner on eCentral Business Show.